The last part is then the delivery part. So you implement your employer promise in terms of your business practices, you talk to your employees, and you talk to the talent outside. Key in that is that you have to identify the most important channels that people listen to. And in our study, we actually find, and these are all different ways, different channels of communicating with graduates, from friends to job fairs. And actually this is a decreasing number of the credibility of each of those channels. So actually friends are the highest influencer of graduates to see whether a company is interesting to join or not. If that's the case, how will you then define in the communication plan that focusing on peer communication, on people that have previously joined at university and are able to influence their teammates? A couple of employer branding examples that I found extremely powerful is the following IBM ad in India, in which they've actually capturing this trend of all Indians that are smart, or Pakistanis that are smart in that sense, are going abroad. And they're actually developing sense that this is about you being smart, working for the best company, and at the same time staying at home, feeling comfortable in your homeland and doing what you prefer. Yeah, so thanks to his passion for mainframes, he travels the world. Thanks to his passion, in this case for India, he never really leaves home. I think it's an extremely powerful promise. My personal favorite is actually Accenture. Yeah? The global advertising campaign around Tiger Woods. They also translate that into an employer promise. So for the Accenture brand, 20% proving yourself, 80% improving yourself. We know what it takes to be a tiger. I think extremely powerful in taking a global icon and translating that into an employer brand. Two local examples, because employer branding, if you look at the back page of the career section of Dawn, you know very well what the state of employer branding is in Pakistan. I don't think a lot of companies have really invested into how to attract talent and how to position themselves as an employer. Two good examples. One is Telenor, with the I Love Telenor campaign, where their employer promise is all about equality. Yeah, the North European concept of we're all equal is translated very much in their culture. And that's something that they would like to spread out in terms of communication throughout the world. So they say, I love Telenor, equally we are, equally we work. Mobilink, on the other hand, focuses very much on the diversity of their team. This is the Mobilink campaign in which they look for a proud team of individuals, in which they talk about all different individuals coming together to form Mobilink. We had the pleasure over the last 5-6 months to actually work as a company with Engro Foods and help them to develop their employer brand. And I'm actually very proud of what together with Engro Foods we've developed. And they've said that somewhere in Q4 of this year, they will launch their employer brand. So I would like you to watch that space. And if you see some of the communication of Engro Foods with a new employer brand, then I think you know where that's coming from. So, where does it take us to the future? The employer branding and most preferred employer is being translated in this relationship with the Pakistan Society of HR Management. And PSHRM, together with Engage HR, has been partnering for the last 2 years to bring the HR Awards of 2007 and 2008, and we're planning the same for 2009. In this, we're going to focus on 2 parts. We're going to focus on best place to work, in which we're trying to make a much bigger forum of companies to participate. Last year we had about 20 companies. This year we aim to at least 50 to 100 companies to participate. Because at the end of the day, employees within an organization giving marks about how engaged they are with that organization is, in my view, the best way of scoring that organization versus the best place to work. And if 80 companies of us that are sitting here will participate, I promise you that we get a tremendous opportunity not only to know where we are as a company, or where you are to stand versus other companies, but also to get insight on these engagement scores. And in order for your participation, you'll get a free survey report, etc., etc., etc. Secondly, we are going to launch the HR Excellence Awards, similar to last year, in which companies are being requested to nominate excellence awards around these 4 areas. And again, we will have a panel of judges that will judge each of those excellence awards. And the idea is that the awards gala will be there will be an HR innovation conference prior to the HR awards gala, in which we actually will showcase each of those HR innovation and HR excellence awards. So hopefully in November we will have the PSHRM HR Awards 2009, which consists of 3 things: best place to work, HR excellence, and innovation conference, and hopefully will become the HR event of the year. The idea is the following: by introducing these awards, you actually create a little bit of competition. And competition not only between companies, but also competition with regards to HR professionals. And I think you've seen over the last couple of years, certainly on HR excellence and certainly on employer branding, a number of companies suddenly starting to understand what it is to attract talent. And that competition has led to significant increase with regards to being interested in employer branding and some of the HR innovations that are there. And competition keeps us sharp. Competition keeps us on our toes, and hopefully these awards will help and contribute as a total HR profession, move us forward in the direction that we continue to contribute to our businesses, to help grow our businesses and achieve that value. As professionals, and this is going to be my last slide. As professionals, I've lived for 4 years in Vietnam. I was the HR director of Unilever in Vietnam. And one of my heroes is a gentleman called Ho Chi Minh, who was the leader of and Ho Chi Minh beat the French, he beat the Chinese, and he beat the Americans. Yeah? He won 3 wars. And this gentleman came up with this quote. And I think it's so appropriate for us as HR professionals. That's not so much for us to grow a tree, but we want to grow people. Growing people, growing business is therefore also the employer brand of my company. And I wish you luck in growing people and becoming the